Hello boys and girls, nice to see you again. Well, today I'm going to read a story about a dog, a very special dog. And this dog's called Claude. And the story is written and illustrated by Alex T. Smith. And this particular story is called Claude All at Sea. And it looks like he's about to get in the bath. Let's find out what happens inside. Claude was a dog. Claude was a small dog. Claude was a small, plump dog. Claude was a small, plump dog who liked wearing a beret and a lovely red jumper. Claude lived with his owners, Mr. and Mrs Shinyshoes, and his best friend, Sir Bobblysock. Every day, when Mr. and Mrs Shinyshoes went out to work, Claude and Sir Bobblysock would get ready to have an adventure. Where will they go today? Well, looks like he's going in the bath. Claude all at sea. One day, Claude had been painting, and now he needed a bath. Oh, look, he's covered in paint. Sir Bobblysock said so, and he knew all about these things. So Claude stashed his paintbrushes in his beret and turned on the taps in the bathroom. Then he went to find his bath toys. Downstairs, Sir Bobblysock busied himself with his knickknacks. Here are his knickknacks, and there's Sir Bobblysock. Nobody remembered the water until drip, drip, drip. Oh, look, the water's coming from under the door. It was too late. Whoosh went the water. Yikes went Claude, and he grabbed Sir Bobblysock and leapt into the bathtub as a huge wave carried them down the stairs, along the street, and into the deep blue sea. Splash! Claude had never sailed a bathtub on the ocean before. It was very wet and stonking good fun. Whilst Claude looked at all the splashy water, Sir Bobblysock busied himself reading some signs. Signs like, important, read these signs. High risk of being actually gobbled up by Nigel. Yikes, watch out, Nigel's about. Be very careful. Watch out for Nigel. Beware sea monsters operating in this area. Be very careful. They don't gobble you up. This is Nigel. Well, he looks like an octopus. There seem to be jolly important signs all about someone called Nigel. I wonder who Nigel is, said Claude. But before Sir Bobblysock could tell him, a gigantic sea monster called Nigel suddenly appeared and gobbled them up. Look, he's got his mouth open. Oh dear, they've been swallowed. It was very dark and very damp in Nigel's tummy. Claude was getting a bit scared, and Sir Bobblysock's stitches started to quiver when voices came from the darkness. Can you help us, Claude? Cried Captain Poopdeck. We must escape, shouted Cindy Seaweed. We're stuck, squawked Barry the Seagull. Claude loved helping, so he hopped on board Captain Poopdeck's boat. He emptied his beret out to see if he had anything useful in there. He did. First, they tried the stepladder, but that didn't work. It was too short. We could climb out using the rope, said Cindy. It was a very good idea, but that didn't work either because it was in such a tangle. This is a disaster, cried Captain Poopdeck. We're trapped, gasped Cindy Seaweed. We are going to be stuck in here forever, yelped Sir Bobblysock. And ever, said Berry helpfully. Sir Bobblysock's knees knocked and he started to hiccup. Suddenly Claude had a wonderful idea. If we give Nigel the hiccups, we might fly out and not be stuck in here anymore. Everyone thought this was a super idea, so they all grabbed a brush and started tickling. Out on the ocean, Nigel's tummy started to twitch and wiggle and jiggle until, hiccup, everyone flew out. Oh dear, said Nigel. I didn't mean to gobble you all up. I don't usually eat seagulls or people or dogs or socks. I much prefer seaweed sandwiches. The problem is, I just can't see very well. Claude wagged his tail. He could do some more helping. He quickly reached into his beret and handed Nigel the enormous glasses he'd found in there earlier. Thank you, said Nigel. Now I'll never gobble up anyone ever again. He can see beautifully. Hooray for Claude, everyone shouted. By now it was getting late and Claude and Sir Bobblysock had to get home, so they said goodbye to their new friends and promised to come back and play next bath time. When Mr. and Mrs. Shinyshoes came home, they couldn't understand why their bath was in the kitchen. Do you think Claude knows anything about this? Said Mrs. Shinyshoes. Let's ask him when he wakes up, said Mr. Shinyshoes. Well, I think he knows a lot about that. Claude smiled a little smile. Of course he knew why their bath was in the kitchen. And we do too, don't we? Pop, popping a bubble. The end. Here are some other stories about Claude. He does lots of things, doesn't he? And here's the back cover. And here's the back and front cover. And the front cover, there's Claude. Claude All at Sea. What a funny story. I hope you enjoyed it. See you soon. Bye-bye.